What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. Now, as I always say, you get two choices: the ability to faithfully settle in the life that has been set out for you, or the ability to pave a path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great, and even the ones behind the scenes, I see y'all too. So look, the title of this video is going to be on the fact that the masculine and the feminine energies, we need to call a truce. We need to figure something out, because the more we stay separated, the more we stay fighting each other, the more the whole fucking game board is gonna flip over. You know what I'm saying? Nothing ain't gonna be the same. I don't care how much people trying to hide it. It's so many people suffering right now, but we've been taught to hide the suffering and act like ain't nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's what we've been trained to do. But trust and believe, there are a lot of people going through it right now, and they're looking and reaching for a solution. You know what I'm saying? But it's easier to just pretend like ain't nothing going on. But it's all in people's energy. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? The masculine and feminine, they're equally both powerful. You know what I'm saying? But if we don't come together and figure out a way how to solve this and work together, it's going to fall apart, period. You feel me? Because I'm pretty sure they're not going down without a fight, and neither are the feminines going down without a fight. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you got to think about it like this. A lot of people right now currently are being awarded a certain type of power that people want to dominate and control and use for themselves, so that they can be able to control people. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't control themselves. You got to think about it though. People with that certain type of power, they don't want to be controlled. They want to be free. They want to be allowed to do what they want to do and use it how they want to use it, because they understand human nature. So if someone comes in and tries to use someone or control someone with a certain amount of power, you got to think about it. Oftentimes that person doing the controlling also doesn't want to be controlled. You ever try to control the person who's controlling? They don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about how it's either now we get to a point where we start to understand the feminine energy, and you know what I'm saying, get a hold and understanding how it works. Because I promise you, if we don't figure out how to come to a solution and work together, it's over. You know what I'm saying? It's over. Because once it gets so far, it ain't gonna be able to come back. You know what I'm saying? But as humans on this planet, it's the ability to understand that the feminine and masculine energy both are needed on this world to be able to, you know what I'm saying, complete it. You know, listen, the money is getting taken from all outlets, all avenues, because everybody's pulling back. Everybody is feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm fully aware that masculines know how to get money, but listen, I know how to get money too. I'm a hustler too. You feel me? So we either gonna work this out and figure out a solution to be able to come together, or it's still gonna be a push and pull type of thing. And listen, I'm not talking about on the physical. I'm not talking about that, because a lot of people like what they like and do what they do. I'm talking about in the spiritual. The ability for masculines to be able to understand feminines and what they do. You know what I'm saying? We've been understanding masculines for a long time. You know what I'm saying? What they like control, they like money, they like avoiding things. You know what I'm saying? They like lying and manipulating and finessing, as whereas feminines, you know what I'm saying, are the opposite of that. And now we're standing more in our power. It's almost as if you can be able to get along with the feminine without controlling her and possessing her, imagine how we could come together. You know what I'm saying? And that goes just in energy in general, because there are a lot of feminines that have masculine energy, and so they want to be able to like control a feminine, you know what I'm saying, who has a certain amount of power, or otherwise be jealous or envious of her. You know what I'm saying? And then she may want to like be possessive over a masculine that's more in his feminine, so she wants to control him by private parts, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand the game we're in right now is energy. If you have a balanced energy, because there are a lot of people that are, you know what I'm saying, working on themselves, and they have this ability to operate out of feminine and masculine energy, meaning, you know what I'm saying, if you want to play, let's play. And then it's almost as if like, but why would you want to do that? Because if y'all don't open your eyes and pay attention and look at the world and look at what's going on. Look on top of the surface, not under it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more going on spiritually than people want to believe or even pay attention to, because people are so fixed on, a lot of people, what I got, what I have, make more money, continue to get it. I need to control, I need to possess, I'm losing it, I don't know what to do, because you're not being your true self. You know what I'm saying? You've been operating in a world where you use certain things in the world to control people. You know what I'm saying? Or straight certain finesse to control people, when in actuality, it's all about being yourself. Nobody wants to be controlled. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? So if you are the type of person that, carry a certain type of power, you got to think of how you're more so like wanting to be away. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easier to invest in yourself than it is to give something to people that are not yet ready to handle it. You got to really understand, certain people who possess a certain type of power, people are really trying to possess and get their hands on it. Not because they want to use it for good, but because they want to use it for themselves. Because they're lost without a certain amount of power. They have no idea who they are. You know what I'm saying? Life is just too hard. But understanding and realizing that certain people that possess this type of power have been controlled all their life. You know what I'm saying? And now they just want to be free. So if you think you're going to get it, you're going to have a hard time trying to get it. And what happens is that creates a mental brain fog in a lot of people that live their life in power and control without any emotional attachment to anything. Like, they don't even know how to control themselves. You know what I'm saying? So trying to get them their hands on that type of power is essential for them. And it makes an imbalance. You know what I'm saying? It makes a dislike, because they're trying to use all their old tactics to get close to it, and it's not working. Simply because we've been lied to, we've been finessed, we've been manipulated, we've been controlled. We don't want that no more. You know what I'm saying? It's either you come to the table being yourself, and you'll gradually be open to it. You feel me? But if not, then we're going to play the game too. But I think, you feel me, one or the other is going to lose. Both are in power, very powerful. You feel me? But one or the other is going to lose this time. And if I were you, I'd try to play on the winning side. You know what I'm saying? And realizing and understanding that as a feminine energy, if we don't understand how to, you know what I'm saying, control ourselves and understand who we are, you're going to be possessed and taken over by the masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? But just to think how balanced it would be if people were able to come to it as themselves, without the controlling, without the possessiveness, you know what I'm saying? Without the dictatorship, without the, just let me be me. And you just come to the table being yourself. Tell the truth. Be honest. Be upfront. Control your anger and aggression. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't possess something. That's something that's inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be possessed or controlled. Nobody. I don't care who you are, but you have to think of the type of world we've been living in. But I'm telling you, if you're able to look beyond the surface, shit falling apart. Everything. I don't care how much people put on a smile and act like they got it together. I can see beyond that. You struggling behind the scenes, and you making it look good. But it's not, though. You know what I'm saying? So how long do you think you're going to be able to keep carrying that on before it all fall down? You know what I'm saying? So it's now a time where we start to understand how to work together, because if we don't, you know what I'm saying, there may be some people that y'all can't see or trying to control or pushing away from that got more power than you think they do. You know what I'm saying? But because of your labels and what you've been taught to believe, you know what I'm saying, it's all about trying to push them under the rug instead of acknowledge them for who they are. You know what I'm saying? I'm not backing down. Just like I'm pretty sure you're not backing down either. But you got power, but I got power too, though. You know what I'm saying? So what's up? We gonna work together, or we just still gonna be spread apart? Because if so, I'm pushing all the trees down. I'm flipping tables over. You feel me? Until I'm able to be myself in a world where people try to control me. So what you want to do? You know what I'm saying? So listen, I think now, what time better than now? Because I'm pretty sure everybody want the world to kind of like go back to how it was. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not tired of my situation, but I know it could be better. You know why? Because I'm a hustler. I get the bag, but I'm getting bag in a different sense. But I want to be able to, you feel me, get back to living life the way I want to live it. But I can't until the masculine understands its role. Otherwise, it's going to be a push and pull battle. You know what I'm saying? They just truly, honestly feel like women are not deserving of a certain type of power. You know? And they want to control it and possess it, even though they've fallen behind the scenes due to their thinking. So it's like, what are we going to do to be able to figure out a way to come together? You can't control me, though. You can't possess me. You can't get close. Because if you think you do, silent power going to turn deadly. And you're going to be real mistaken when the whole table flip over in your face. You cannot control me. So you got to figure out another way to be able to come together. Because that's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, if we don't figure out a way, the world is going to flip over. I promise you, everybody's going to turn sour, whether they believe it or not. It's just going to take time. You know what I'm saying? So we really, truly have to figure out a way to come together. It's hard. It's not easy, but it can happen. It's just all in, you know what I'm saying, changing the way you think about yourself, changing who you are and how you act towards other people. A lot of people who are in power want to use domination and control. And the people that are in power as well don't want to be dominated and controlled. So it's like, you got to figure out a different tactic. How you going to come at somebody who don't want to be possessed or controlled? That means work on yourself so you could just figure out how to coexist in the same space without trying to take their own power, which means you got to have your own. That means that your power is not going to be able to be harvested off of other people. You're going to have your own power. That means control yourself. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to control other people, because otherwise it's not going to work and life is going to continue to deteriorate. And while people acting like nothing is happening behind the scenes, it is. You know what I'm saying? You could just tell in their energy. But they act like they got it all together, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to put on a smile and pretend like everything's together behind the scenes. But real life, if I had a chance to tell somebody what I was really going through without the shade, oh man. You know what I'm saying? I would unleash everything I'm going through. But just imagine how many people keep it a secret. They don't tell nobody. But people know. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to tell when you're holding it in and you're not expressing it, or you're not trying to heal it. It will only be so long before you express it in your energy. You know what I'm saying? And people can see, oh, something going on behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So again, understanding and realizing some things are just out of our control. But if we don't get it together and realize that balance, the feminine and masculine energy have to be balanced for the world to be able to come back together like how it was. Otherwise, it's going to be completely disfigured. Nothing is going to be, you know what I'm saying, as it was. Because you got to think. People want to keep a certain type of power contained and controlled. I'm in a situation like that right now where it's almost as if somebody needs to control you. Somebody needs to tell you what to do so you don't have that amount of power. And it'd be funny because it'd be like, oh, that's what you think? You ain't going to treat me like a regular person? You're not going to allow me to be free to live my life the way I want? Oh, okay. Okay. That's what you think? Okay. Cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how about come at it in a different approach? You know what I'm saying? Be open, be honest, be free, be yourself. You know what I'm saying? You'll naturally have the ability to harness that type of power if you're yourself. And then everybody can live life the way they want without feeling like they're a caged animal. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. Trust and believe me. It's all about balance. And no one wants to be controlled. No one wants to be told what to do. Especially the ones that do the controlling and telling what to do. You know what I'm saying? I've been in situations like that. People with so much amount of power, they don't like being told what to do. They don't like being controlled. So why do you think it's okay for you to go out into the world and do the same thing to somebody else? Because you ain't got a hold on yourself and your own life. Because again, that's the only way they get their source of power. You know what I'm saying? Is by controlling and dominating others. They have no real power of their own. So if you really think about it, who really gonna win in this situation? You know what I'm saying? So listen, coming together and restoring balance means the feminine and masculine energies have to work together. And if you don't feel as if you want to work together, trust me, there are people in the world who have mastered their self and they know how to operate in feminine and masculine energy, and they're not going down without a fight. So if you want shit to be all fucked up, shit can continue to be all fucked up. Ain't nobody gonna win. Everybody gonna be unhappy. You feel me? Because we gotta restore order. We have to restore balance. It's not about possession and control anymore. It's about owning who you are, stepping rightfully in your own power, focusing on yourself. You know what I'm saying? And healing what you need to heal so that the world can restore the energy frequency to where it's balanced, where people know how to coexist together. Because right now it's dark fighting light. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to coexist in the same space because the dark feels as if they gotta control and possess that type of energy. As whereas light just wants to be free. You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand how to coexist. Means both people like to be free and they come together based off connection, not on controlling or possession. You know what I'm saying? On connection. And again, just imagine how that'll set the tone and everybody will be coming back together. You feel me? Because right now we got off into defense. When if you understand connection and people are able to truly be themselves around other people, imagine how connections will be formed naturally like that. Nothing will be forced. So what's up? What you want to do? Because listen, we both playing the game. And I'm about ready for life to get back to the way it was, but I can't do that until, you know what I'm saying, we understand and manage how to balance out them energies. You can't be in too much of a dark energy because people don't want to be controlled. People don't want to be told what to do, and people don't want to be lied to. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, so allow people to be free. Allow people to be themselves. Allow people to make their own choices. I'm living life to the best of my ability. You know what I'm saying? And I refuse to be controlled. I refuse to be told what to do. I refuse to be possessed. You know what I'm saying? Like guarded to where I can't do anything. People want me for themselves. No, don't do me like that. Let me be free. You feel me? To make my own choice and be and do what I want to do. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to coexist in the same space. But I believe that change is going to happen. I'm just trying to help people understand what needs to be done in order for that change to be established, because everybody is fighting a psychological war right now, whether they want to admit it or not. Some people are just really good at playing it off, but the crazy part about it is there are some people, you feel me, that can see right through that. So again, you can't just pretend and act like, oh, if I stay away, then I come back in, I'm still me, but I'm going to finesse them. No, because these people have gained the insight and knowledge to be able to realize when they're being finessed and played with. So really do the work. Really heal. Really work on yourself, because you can't come back in like that. You feel me? Because they're going to play defense and you're going to look like a fool. You feel me? This is not finesse and manipulation and brain power and playing games anymore. This is about truly being yourself. You feel me? Stop playing psychological games with people to get your way, because it's not going to work, you know? So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.